611 News, presented by Infiniti. Experience the Infiniti lineup today.
6:13 this Monday morning, two senators had issues last week, prompting conversations about whether they're mentally and physically fit to serve.
Washington correspondent Alexandria Limon is joining us live from D.C. this morning with more on what officials and other politicians have to say about this issue. Good morning, Alexandra.
Yeah, good morning. You know, the issues last week were so evident, and there have been other health scares that have impacted members of Congress that some are now questioning things like whether there should be mental competency tests for politicians. During a committee yes or no vote, Senator Dianne Feinstein gave a wandering speech instead.
Funds, priorities, submitted.
Yeah, just say aye.
Okay, just.
And Republican Senate Leader Mitch McConnell froze mid-sentence and had to be escorted away from a press conference.
I feel like he's going to continue to be the Republican leader through the rest of this Congress. And what happens after that, I don't know.
Democratic Senator Chris Coons says McConnell appears to be okay for now, but both McConnell and Feinstein have had previous health scares. And Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley is suggesting testing to ensure people are fit to serve.
We need to have term limits in Congress, and we need to have mental competency tests for anyone over the age of 75.
And members of Congress aren't the only ones she's worried about.
When you go and you look at Biden and you ask him what country he was in the week before and he can't say it.
Haley says she's not trying to be disrespectful.
When you go and see him falling asleep with leaders, that's concerning. And I know when I was at the United Nations, leaders watch the health status of other leaders.
But Asa Hutchinson, another Republican presidential candidate, dismisses the idea of mental competency tests.
The tests are not constitutional, and so it's really something that's a throwaway line that catches people's attention.
Now, Hutchinson also says that determining whether or not people are fit to serve in office, that's up to voters. Live in Washington, Alexandra Limon.
And before we let you go, Alexandra, since Republicans are attacking President Biden on the issue of age and mental capacity, what does the White House have to say about all this?
Yeah, this is actually an issue that the White House has addressed several times in the past, and what they say is that those are ageist and unfounded attacks. They say that President Biden's record speaks for itself, and they point to things like the fact that he's been able to get Congress to come together and pass, major pieces of legislation and things like that.
All right, Alexandra, thank you.
6:16 this Monday morning, stargazers, get ready. August is gearing up to be a month made just for you.
And that's because two supermoons are headed our way, both in August. The first one is tomorrow night. The full moon will appear brighter and larger in the sky because it's actually closer than usual.
And get this, you can catch the second supermoon on August 30th. It'll even be closer to us than the first supermoon. It's actually called a blue moon because it's the second supermoon in the same month. There'll also be the annual Perseid meteor shower that peaks around August 13th.
Blue moon. Oh, look at
Oh, we're in blue today.
Yeah, a tribute to the blue moon.
Yes. Well, you're never more than 10 minutes away from traffic and weather. Alex Lee will have a look at the roads in a second. Meteorologist Barbara Miranda, what's going on this Monday?
The weather's got